Is it live?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, sorry guys.
So
Safari doesn't work live. So
we didn't you had to use Google Chrome, but we are here. Florida, $50. We were late, but I promise we hit live at 5:00, and then yeah.
You definitely won that bet.
So you definitely won that bet.
See.
Hello, everyone.
Hi, we're very excited to be live with everyone for the first time.
Yes, we're so
crazy.
excited. We see there's 124 people right now, which is absolutely insane.
That's a lot.
Thanks, everyone, for tuning in this evening. We're going to wait a couple more minutes and just say hello.
Hopefully it's 5:00 where everyone is, and
yes.
They have a nice happy hour drink.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Roger Sattler, thank you so much. So that is called a super chat. It works, which is nice. And then Espana, Florida, $50. Thank you so much. It means a lot, guys.
Yeah. So this is all new to us, obviously. So honestly, the fact that we just want to say thank you real fast. We'll say thank you again in a few minutes, but thank you so much for everyone's support. It's crazy. We had never expected to get to 20K. We're almost at 25 now, which is nuts.
We're almost at 24,000 right now.
I know, a lot.
And then, which just like a couple months ago when we first started, that would have just like been
blown our minds.
Yeah, that would have blown our minds.
And it's crazy just because we started this channel as a way to share our travel adventures, one with our parents, if they had ever left, which we learned they did. And sorry, Natalie's trying to get the lighting good.
There we go. Can you see us now?
Yeah. Oh, that's way better. Okay, I'm putting my hair up. I have a lot of hair on my head.
So we are in Florida right now.
Isn't done? Okay. Sorry, we're sisters, right? Also, I don't know why one side is curly and the other straight, but yeah. So we started our YouTube channel as a way to share our videos with our friends and family, like all over the place. And the fact that we are where we are now is crazy. Like, we just can't thank you guys enough for the support you guys have given us.
Yes.
It means a lot, like a lot. And it's just so cool that we are where we are. And we can't wait to talk about the past year with you guys and what's coming up.
Yes.
Oh my God, 225 people. Wow, this is awesome.
All right. So let's see. Hello from Kentucky. How are you doing? Charles. Oregon.
Minnesota. Yeah, let us know where you guys are from. Just say hi in the chat over here. This is so fun.
Also, guys, get your questions ready. If you want to type them up now, that's fine. We're going to answer questions after we update everyone what we're doing. France. Hello, France. Finland. Hi, Finland. Canada, Massachusetts, Arizona, Calgary. Is that Australia?
No, I think Calgary's in Canada.
Calgary, Canada.
Oh my God, sorry.
Washington, Nassau, Bahamas. We were just there like 6 days ago.
We sailed through. We stopped in West Bay for the night.
Tampa, Florida, Toronto. All right, everyone. It's crazy to see that you're from all over the world. If I could say thank you to everyone personally.
Ponchatoula, Louisiana?
UK, Sardinia.
Oh my goodness.
Sardinia, England. Wow, guys.
Minnesota, Cali. Wow, all over the place. Anyways, before we get distracted by watching where everyone's from, which is so cool. Oh my God, thank you so much, Roger. Hi from Calgary.
Alberta. So that is Canada.
Okay. We grew up close to Canada in the southwestern part of Michigan.
Yeah.
We know Ontario, but Canada is massive. So our Canadian geography is not quite there.
All right.
Okay,
so
anyways,
we're going to get down to business. If you guys are following us on Instagram, we've just figured out YouTube stories. But if you're following us on Instagram and Facebook, you will know that we arrived here at a house yesterday morning. We sailed in. It was about a 5-day trip total. Just kind of crossing through, and it was exhausting and exciting, and we learned so much more again. But yes, you can see we're in a house.
Yeah. So right now we are
just so you guys don't ask later. This fish was caught by my mom, our mom, in
She's
Costa
very
Rica.
proud of it. Clearly, that's
She's
why it's
very
on
proud
our
of
wall
it.
or their wall. So yeah, we're currently at our parents' house. The boat sits behind their house. That's been its home for the last
Yes.
15, 20 years.
Yeah.
And she's never been gone this long. So
Eric D, thank you so much.
thank you so much. Hello. So yeah, the boat lives at our parents' house when we're not sailing it.
Mhm.
So we're currently at our parents' house. Today we got the dinghies off the boat, the engines. We'll talk a little bit about some problems we had over the last week sailing back. And so another thing we're doing is flushing our engine, which we do generally every year when we're done using her anyways. But just emptying the boat, getting some projects done, getting a few things. And we'll get into our projects and all that too. We have a huge list, as you guys can imagine.
So our trip back, we just kind of want to explain what happened, what went on. It started in the DR. Pretty much the entire time we were in the Bahamas was us getting home. I'd say the excitement started when we got to Andros. That is kind of where we realized we didn't have any more water.
No.
Okay.
That's not where it started. So we sailed back. Obviously, we took our time going through the Bahamas with Spirit Animal, and we were with Not a Clue, C'est La Vie, and Spirit Animal in the Dominican Republic. And we sailed back with Spirit Animal because they were also headed back to the States. And so our problem started in Long Island in Calabash.
Hold on. I just want to address the video. We're using our MacBook. We don't really have a separate camera. We'll figure that out, just like we're figuring everything else out. Sorry about the bad quality. I'm not sure. We usually shoot on a GoPro, so I don't know if it's... But yes, the video quality isn't good. I'm sorry that...
that's not something we thought about. We didn't.
We didn't.
We promise we'll
next time
address that
better.
for
Yes.
our next episode for sure.
Okay.
But so we got to Calabash, and no, actually it was before we got to the Dominican Republic. One, our windlass motor. That's where things really started. So, okay, sorry, we are a little all over the place, but we'll give you a little background on the boat. For those of you who are new followers, don't know anything about the history of the Far Side, we'll just go over that real fast. But so yeah, the boat's been in our family for 35 years. Our dad bought her or had her commissioned in Taiwan 35 years ago. And then when she was done, he sailed around the Pacific for 5 years, and where he met our mom, and they fell in love. And he sailed back to the States from Japan to California, Santa Barbara, California, single-handed, which is crazy. So we have sailing in our blood big time.
We do.
And born and raised sailing. So he eventually sailed the boat down to Mexico, where he did a bunch of projects, got her ready for this Caribbean trip that we just recently did. Wanted to do that with us when we were kids. And unfortunately, the boat had some more issues that it took a little bit longer. Money ran out. He had to go get a job, which is how we ended up in Michigan. And the boat was moved to Florida from Mexico. And so growing up, we spent a month here and there in Florida sailing the boat and all that. And so she hasn't been sailed hard since the Pacific.
Yeah.
And so us going and taking the boat out this past 2 years pretty much, it's kind of like, it was a shakedown for us just to see what she could handle, what we needed to fix. Obviously, everything has a lifespan on a boat, on anything. And so we really needed to work out the kinks. Wanted to make sure she was ready for hopefully eventually our Pacific crossing.
Old boat, old things. Everything's original.
Yeah. So last year we started to have issues with our windlass, but we managed to fix it. This year, the windlass motor finally gave out. We tried everything we could, and so Natalie became the windlass
I am
motor.
the windlass. I think in a week I had to pull anchor, 2 weeks, maybe like 10 times.
Look at those muscles.
My arms are getting bigger. I don't like it. So we really want to get that windlass fixed.
Yeah.
We have to have the motor from New Zealand, right?
Yeah, we're doing some research. If we go with the same company that we have now, which is ideal because then we don't have to change the unit on the top deck. So we're trying to see what the best options are, and also money wise, because these motors are not cheap,
especially the one we have.
She's a heavy duty, very
That
sorry, I
thing
can't think of
it
what.
can pull up the anchor in weather, out of muck. Very strong windlass.
Mhm.
Not as strong as me, but
So yeah, that's where our problem started. We got to the Dominican Republic where we were at a dock the whole time. We got a great deal at a marina, so we obviously took that, and it was nice to, especially with our engines. Our engines weren't working, which you all know we have engine issues. So yeah. Anyways, we sailed back from the Dominican Republic, and we ran out of water.
Yeah, we ran out of water
because one of our hoses was leaking, and Natalie thought that the bilge pump was going off, but it was actually the water pump.
Yeah.
And so luckily we have friends, and everyone has water makers on board, so we were lucky enough to get some water from them. And then after that, we sailed up to the Exumas, and we slowly made our way back home to the States. And after that we got to Andros.
Mm-hmm. We went from there to Nassau, stayed for a night in Nassau, and then we went to Andros. Stayed in Andros for a night or 2 nights as well, waiting for a weather window.
Laura Decker and Guppy. No, we did not. We did not see anyone.
Laura Decker. We didn't see them.
But yeah. So then we sailed back. We sailed across the banks. We wanted to try to get to home within 2 days. So we were going to sail straight through, which is almost 350 nautical miles from Andros to the dock. So that was going to be a long trip for us. Everything went great. Elsa went by, so we waited for Elsa to go by before we headed back. And but because of that, we also had no wind.
Yeah,
so
no wind. I mean,
no wind at all.
Yeah, it
we
was
had
like
1 knot of wind.
We were in
for
the
a good
doldrums.
majority of the time.
We were in the doldrums.
So we did a lot of motoring across the banks, and then once we hit the Gulf Stream, we also had very light winds, but it was enough to have our sails up. We did actually made pretty good headway crossing the Gulf Stream this year, and then as we're sailing south to Marathon, where we were going to cross under the bridge.
Thanks so much, Sand Dollar. Our humor will never go away.
But yeah, so our engine, as you guys, for those of you following our Instagram, saw that I may have had a slight meltdown because we were exhausted, we were done, we just wanted to get home, and now our engine is spraying salt water all over the engine compartment, and then we're like, what is going on? Like, you see water spraying, and for those of us who not know much about engines, that doesn't look very good.
No.
So that was where things kind of started to go downhill a little bit, but we kept our spirits high. And want to give a little, once we got to Marathon.
Yeah, so once we got to Marathon, Sasha kind of missed a couple things. We did run into a bunch of squalls while we were crossing through the doldrums. We did catch mahi, which made it a little better. But then I did slice my foot open with our fillet knife. It's okay. We just don't have a good rap sheet with knives. Never set it down and forget a second later that you set it down because you'll probably step on it.
Also, don't use a sharp fillet knife to clean a conch.
Yeah. So don't do those 2 things. Learn from us as we are learning from ourselves. Joseph, thank you so much. Safe sailing. Soon we will be. So we got to Marathon. We kind of went on social media.
We also called some friends that we knew. We had a lot of friends. Anyone we knew, were like, what do we do?
Yeah. And one of our followers who had actually just passed through, he went to Key West. We missed him by about a day. He was like, go on the radio, call Diesel Dawn. We had heard about Diesel Dawn in the Dominican Republic.
Which is
crazy that we heard about someone from Marathon, Florida in the Dominican Republic. Anyways, he's one of the most well-known diesel mechanics really anywhere. So we went on channel 69, I believe it was, and then his wife told us to go to 68, and then we went to 80. Anyway,
long radio tag.
Long story short, he was going to come in the morning and check out our engine, and we decided that for the night we'd get a good night's rest, wake up early, try and figure out what was happening. We were a little bit delirious. There's 2 girls. All right. We're crossing for 3 days. We each have watches, but as you know, it's pretty exhausting.
You don't sleep a lot.
We got to watch the dogs. We got to, it wasn't very windy, so that's not a good excuse.
But anyways, so Diesel Dawn came into the boat in the morning, and we actually had a great diagnosis compared to what we expected. Someone mentioned our raw water pump. So what happened, what we believe happened, and we're going to be diagnosing this problem tomorrow, is that our heat exchanger, something happened where the raw water, maybe potentially one of the boots on the ends of the heat exchanger, or not an expert, but there's a rod in the inside and there's a bunch of holes where it cools, where the raw water runs through, and the cooling agent or the antifreeze or whatever you're using, probably antifreeze, is cooling that raw water just as an extra coolant. And what happened was somewhere in there, the barrier broke and they started mixing. So we have raw water throughout our entire cooling system, which is what happened. And then we had so much water coming in, it was actually, the pressure was pushing the water out of the extra reservoir that we have. So with the coolant in it. And so that's what was spraying out of the engine. So luckily all we had to do was cut the line that runs from our coolant reservoir to the external coolant reservoir, and we stopped that up to keep that water from getting pushed out and sprayed everywhere, and we were able to make it home. But we just weren't planning on pushing the engine too hard.
Yeah.
So much better diagnosis than we thought, but also having Diesel Don on board, we took advantage of asking him, like, hey, what do you think about this engine? You know, we thought about a repower. It's an old 1987 Mercedes mini diesel, 72 horsepower, and obviously, well, our dad really pushed her while he was out in the Pacific, has 14,000 engine hours.
At one point, he motored for 2 weeks straight at 6 knots.
Yeah.
So 2 weeks straight motoring.
And we're able to do that because we carry 350 gallons of diesel too.
Yes.
So
yeah,
the far side is a tank. But so yeah.
Ben,
sorry. Did Natalie give you that black eye? What black eye?
It's gone. No, I didn't give her the black eye. It was the dogs jumping in the water after a tire shark. And
so I
Sasha
saved their lives.
hit her face.
Just happened to hit my face in the process.
Yeah.
But anyways, so yeah, Diesel Dawn was like, no, this is a Mercedes. She can handle so much. Like this engine is a tank.
Double the amount of hours that it has now.
Yeah, she can easily double the amount of hours. All you have to do is replace hoses. So pretty much before we head out, main engine projects are going to be replacing all the hoses, new hose clamps, anything that can be replaced, we're going to be replacing with newer parts.
Yeah.
Another thing is our raw water pump, or fresh water pump. We'll be taking that out and putting a new fresh water pump in, just so we don't, that's one thing that on the list that we won't have to worry about on the way. We're obviously going to fix our heat exchanger. So we're going to be taking that apart tomorrow. We know we got a lot of comments on our alternator. For those of you who have watched our engine projects, our alternator, yes, looks very, very rough. And it is time for her to be retired.
Yeah.
So we did get it. We do have a new alternator. We'll be replacing that one with. We also need a new pulley system on the alternator so that the belt fits in properly with the other two pulleys on the water pump. And then I think the other one is on the oil heat exchanger.
Pretty much, there's a lot of things that are going to be replaced. We're going to take videos of everything.
And then yeah.
We're going to make sure to update you guys on all of that.
Those are the main engine issues that we have, or engine projects that we're going to be doing.
But we are not replacing the engine.
No, we're not. So yeah. So Diesel Don, pretty much he calmed our minds and was like, look, you don't have to repower. Thank God, because that was going to be very expensive and a huge project. So now we can save that money for all the other projects that we have to do. And then he's like I said, fix this. These parts, like a couple older things we have on the boat, just refurbish them. You don't have to replace them.
That Mercedes diesel will be running after Christ's second coming. Yeah, you're probably right.
That's pretty much what Diesel Don told us.
It'll probably last longer than we.
So anyways, we got a great engine. We're just going to give her a little TLC. And that's pretty much what we'll be working on probably for the next week or two.
Yeah.
Because we do want to try to get down to the Keys again and do some, get some work or do some work, make some money to be able to afford some of these other projects as well.
Yeah.
Because we want to try to get everything out before we head back out. So
some of the other things that we realized needed done were pretty much sealing the entire boat.
Yeah.
During our crossing to the DR, we had a lot of water coming over the bow, which caused a lot of water to come inside the boat. Our cap rail was not sealed properly.
It was damaged during Irma.
Yeah.
So it had to be replaced.
And it was not sealed properly. So pretty much we're going to have to take the whole thing off, reseal it around most of our portholes, most of our hatches.
We're pretty much going to go around and reseal everything
with
fresh caulking. So that way that's another thing we're not going to have to worry about.
Yeah.
Let's see.
What else?
Others.
Hatches, water lines, valves.
Yeah, so water lines, pretty much replace all the hoses throughout the boat, water hoses, some deck.
Some of everything you make repairing the boat.
Yeah.
The thing is, that's the great thing about this YouTube. It's pretty much about the boat. So whatever we are making is going towards the boat because that's what's allowing us to continue sailing.
Yeah. So if the boat's not running properly, if she's not
Cosmologic, yes.
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Oh, we've got so much work to do. But yeah, like Natalie said, everything that we make on YouTube pretty much goes back into the boat because we've had a taste of this amazing cruising life. And obviously we've shown you some of the hardships. Cruising is not easy. It's not all fun and games as some people may think it is. There's so much more to it. There's so much more work that gets put into it. A boat, as I'm sure you boaters out there know, is a lot of work to maintain, especially a sailboat that you're living on. 2, you're pushing her hard, taking her through some heavy weather. So, and it does cost a lot of money to maintain that.
Yeah. So on top of resealing the boat, that's kind of like one of our bigger projects. Mm-hmm. We are also looking at new sails. Now, our sails right now, our main sail is about 25 years old. That is only because it hasn't really gone through as much as it would have if we'd sailed it all year, every year. It hasn't.
That's the only reason the sails have made it this long. Thank you.
Thanks, Taylor. Hey,
coming from another badass sailor.
Yes. So our main sail is about 25 years old. Our head sail we have 2 head sails. One of them is older, one of them is newer, but they're still.
One's actually an original.
Yeah.
So that was we brought that along as our backup Genoa, and just in case.
So we are looking around right now, looking at different companies, seeing which one will be the best fit for us. We would love to get new sails for the boat.
A whole new set. But right now, we really want to replace our main and our stay sail, our 2 big sails. Those are the most. I've had to patch them up quite a bit last year before we headed out. And the fact that they were able to stay as whole as they are now is insane. So before we head back out, we do, number one, want to replace at least those 2 sails.
Yeah.
And then another thing is our dinghies.
Yeah.
So
worthless 1 and worthless 2.
And that's not just that. We're not even talking about the engines yet.
Yeah.
So the dinghies, our little Carib, the one that we have hanging on the davits, is about 20 years old. Mm-hmm. We learned how to water ski behind that dinghy.
Yes.
Actually, here in Marco Island. So that was crazy. And she's really has been there our entire lives. Awesome little dinghy. But she's coming to the end of her life too. And
both
lots of patches.
Yep.
Yes, that is very true.
Yeah, I put before going out on this trip, I put 5 patches in the smaller one and I think 3 in the bigger one. Still leaked. Things still popped off. So
we have water coming into the hull of the small dinghy so we're constantly pumping water out.
So basically
but then our big dinghy.
Oh yeah.
So the big dinghy is actually fine, but it's quite a bit big. It's 13 feet. That's a huge dinghy to have on board. And we really don't need all that dinghy for the 2 of us. So, and also it's our dad's. So we'd like to start, we want to have our own.
Yeah.
So we're going to return that to him. And
in good condition. Yeah. We are going to have to put a lot of work into that dinghy as well. But we're going to fix it up, patch it up, make sure it looks great, return it. And we are also looking at different companies to see which dinghy would be best for us. We have an AB and we have a Carib. We've checked out all of them. So we're kind of just like seeing what would work for us.
Size, the make, how much it costs. How much it costs. Yeah. So costs, keyword.
Yeah.
But and then same thing with our outboards. As you have seen, we have had a lot of issues with our outboards. Mm-hmm. And we really just would love to feel comfortable taking the dinghies out and not having to worry about them not starting, stalling. We're out fishing, what's it called? We're dragging the dinghy behind us, get in. We want that dinghy to start to get back home. So we want to get a reliable engine as well. Both engines are 1995 Mercuries. So easy engines to work on, but for some reason we just cannot figure them out.
So we are going to bring both of them to a local Mercury mechanic tomorrow. We've talked to him. Hopefully we're going to be able to watch everything he's doing.
We want to know how to repair this engine and other engines in the future too.
Yeah.
We're also looking at another 4-stroke, so we'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Or sorry, not 4-stroke, 2-stroke. I'm sorry,
you,
2 strokes.
Thank you, Ray. Appreciate it.
So yeah, so we have a lot of things to think about. We have a lot of we really needed to come back to the States is pretty much what we're getting at. We could have stayed out. We could have kept, sailed down to Grenada, but it's so expensive to get parts out. We wanted to get, for those of you watching our YouTube episodes, which I think everyone here is, when we got our water maker started, all of our seals went bad. So the seals, it was like $300 for a seal kit, which is crazy.
Yeah.
But then on top of that, to get it into the Bahamas was another $500.
Yeah.
More than the seals were even worth.
Yeah.
So we decided, let's get back to the States. It's going to be so much cheaper to get parts, more readily available. And so that's why we're here. We're going to spend the next few months working on the boat. We're going to take you guys along on our projects as well.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to we have to finish our season first.
Yeah.
So we're not done sharing our adventures with you guys. Probably another month or 2.
Yeah, hopefully we have our video is about 3 months behind. We're going to try and speed it up, show you guys the best of everything. But so the videos will probably continue for a little while we're working on the boat. Another thing we would
an eyelash. Oh, sorry.
Another thing we'd like to do is add more solar.
Thank you, David. Thank you so much,
David. Thank you. Another thing we'd like to add is solar.
Oh yeah,
we had
solar and batteries.
We had a solar rack built in the Dominican Republic.
Great deal.
Great deal on that. So what we're gonna do is take the 2 that are on there, which is about 200, and add 400.
I think it's a 415 watt panel.
Yeah, so that'll allow us to hopefully add a second refrigeration system. We have 2 parts to our refrigerator. One is right now just the coolness from the side that has the actual refrigerator in it. So what we hope to do
it's a fridge freezer unit.
Yeah, so what we hope to do is make one side freezer, one side fridge. So we'll be able to freeze
more fish.
Yeah, and be able to have more fish.
For those longer crossings, we'll definitely have protein sources along with us.
Yeah, but that's kind of like one of our, we already have the refrigerator. We just need to be able to install it. So yeah, anyways. Wait,
just quick. I hope you're not going to become another boat work channel. No, we are going to stay a sailing channel.
Yeah.
But we do want to show you guys.
They're going
to be separate episodes. So outside of our channel, we're going to have some side episode or side videos of just some of the work that we're doing along the way. So it's going to be it won't be part of the season. It's just going to be a separate section.
No more ear farts. Are ear farts the noises that you kind of hear underwater?
No more ear farts.
I think so. We've made the mistake. We've learned a lot about videoing. One of the mistakes is that we left our underwater housing on the GoPro.
Yeah.
And if you touch it or move it at all, it kind of makes a bad noise.
Which takes a lot of editing to attempt to get it out.
So we've learned that a lot of things are going to change. We're going to try and make everything better. But these are things that we've learned recently. So 3 months ago, we didn't really know a lot about this. So we are changing it.
We did not know anything about videoing. We did not know anything about editing. We did not know anything about anything when we started about a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we are starting completely from scratch.
We're going to just pick up quick and try and go outside. I think that is why it's blurry. Let's see. Is that better? That's a little better. Okay.
Here, let me grab some.
We're going to go outside. Oh, look at that. Yay. Is that better? I think. Anyone? Yeah.
I'll grab some more books.
All right. That is a lot better, I think. I think it was just, no, it's not better. Okay. Never mind. It's not better. All right. I'm sorry. We'll come back inside. I don't know what's wrong with it. I thought that was the problem. It looked a little better for us. Shoot. It's still blurry. Okay, well.
This is stuff we'll think about next time.
Yeah. This is stuff we'll think about next time. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not sure why it's blurry. We'll maybe try and get a camera or something.
Yeah.
You guys are pickled out so bad.
Huh?
Well, that's weird. I don't know why it's doing that. No matter what, you guys. Well, thank you so much, guys. We'll make it better. At least you can hear us, and we can still talk about what's going on. So anything else we'd like to do?
I don't know.
We've gone over everything. If you guys have any questions, especially about our Bahamas trip, feel free to ask. There's so much that happened.
We could talk about things for probably
Forever.
the next 3 hours.
Yeah, we could talk
so
about
we'll go through and respond to questions then instead, and that should put the story together a little more too.
First, we wanted to thank a couple people.
So on our wish list.
Just one person, actually. She helped a lot. Debbie J. Carico.
Yeah, well, no. So we have obviously we have an we have an Amazon wish list that we have up, and we have had some people buy things for us, which is awesome. Thank you so much. We were not able to thank you guys before because it was very difficult to get packages out to the Bahamas. So we got things little by little at times, depending on if we had friends flying in. But we mostly just got everything as we got home. Mm-hmm. So we want to go through and thank you for some of the things that we've gotten. You want to say thanks?
So recently we have been sent a silverware set. So the silverware on the boat is very odd. Nothing kind of, they're just odd.
No, and also we just
don't have it.
We ran out, like we lost half of our silverware this past season. I have no idea where it went.
We'd bring spoons out to scrape things or scoop things and
bring them to our friends' boats, and then they just disappear.
Yeah, so we got a silverware set. We got some Dyneema gloves. You can never have too many gloves on the boat when you're spearfishing, especially for lobsters. Kind of hurts. And also I've been using our gloves to lift the anchor. Hopefully I won't have to do that anymore. A SD card holder. I have a lot of SD cards for all our videos and stuff. So that some collapsible dog bowls. We also can never have too many of those because somehow those go missing as well. A collapsible bucket. Everything
very
collapsible
helpful because we don't have a lot of space on a boat, so collapsible is so helpful.
Yes,
so helpful.
Yeah, so that's about it. We have a lot more things we're hopefully going to be able to share, but our life is a little bit of a mess right now. So what we're going to do is go to questions.
Yeah, we'll just start answering your guys' questions.
All right. From the beginning, let's see. Hi, how are you all? Right now, safely back in Florida, protected from hurricanes. Yes,
we are safe.
Yep, the boat is secure. If a hurricane does come, we will make it much more secure. Mm-hmm. When we go down to the Keys, if there's ever a storm,
we can probably run back up.
Yeah, we're probably going to run back up here.
So we have at the dock. Mm-hmm. So let's see. For those of you following our Instagram stories, our parents live in Marco Island, and that's where the boat lives. And so the dock here has been pretty much, how do you call it? Like, they've stabilized it. So it's, extra pilings, extra everything. So that way, if we do have a hurricane come through, the boat should be fine. Mm-hmm. She was fine during Irma, and the eye of the hurricane went right over our house. Like we said, the only damage was the cap rail got pretty badly splintered because she got stuck under the dock after the surge. Mm-hmm. So we do have, it all planned out on how we tie her up and everything during a hurricane. So we would definitely come back here to our parents' house to secure the boat for a hurricane or any tropical storm that we think is severe enough.
Yeah. Thanks for responding to your comments. You're welcome.
We love it. Honestly, we actually really do enjoy responding to your guys' comments.
It's getting pretty difficult right now.
So it's slowing down
to respond. But we have pretty much responded to every single comment that has been placed on any of our videos. We will try our hardest to continue doing that. But for now, yes, we will respond to everything. Will you marry me, Sasha?
Sorry. Not looking to get married anytime soon.
Not yet.
I don't know. We'll see. But sorry.
So is it back to real jobs or keep going as YouTubers?
Actually, no. Okay. So we both do have college degrees, and the plan was to go and sail for a few years and then go back and I actually graduated animal science pre-vet. And so I did want to go to vet school or do something with marine biology. But we'll see. I would, if I can, we would love, and Natalie graduated with
A
journalism.
photography and a journalism degree.
Yeah. So she's kind of using her degree through YouTube, blogging, everything.
Yes.
I would love to, we obviously want to keep sailing. So we're going to keep sailing for a few years and see how that goes. Real jobs don't really sound very exciting.
They're not exciting, but we will try to do work as captains when we're in Key West. We both have our 50-ton captain's license.
Yeah.
So we are able to put ourselves out there for those jobs and hopefully get something to make. Yeah. Obviously, what we want to do is kind of
pricey, so we do want to continue being YouTubers in the meantime. Something I would like to do maybe with my degree is work on conservation efforts and all that, because I do have some background in marine mammal science. So I would love to use some of that knowledge and kind of help out with conservation and all that. So we'll see what happens. But right now we're trying to get everything else pulled together first before we start working on outside projects.
Yes.
So we have felt a little overwhelmed at times, and so we just don't want to put too much on us.
All right. So what has been the hardest part about having dogs?
Well, Luca doesn't like sailing.
Yeah, I'd say probably we provisioned for them as well. We didn't provision well enough. We ran out of food
we provisioned pretty well about a week ago.
Yeah.
So that was like
we borrowed dog food. That was hard.
We did provision well because we were only planning on 6 months.
Oh, yeah,
so we had 6 months of dog food and we made it 7.
Yeah. But with them, I guess the hardest part is really just getting them comfortable and being active. When we're sailing during that 2 days we were sailing straight, they were just like on the couch the entire time. So we have to bring them out to go potty. If we're heeled over, we have them on a leash. We're watching them. So, and then just making them comfortable, because on a certain heel, they're either on the back cabin bed or they're on the couch, depending on heel. And Luke, the hardest part is probably Luca. He's still very young. Freya loves sailing. She's a boat dog. Freya, come here.
I'll come say hi.
Come here.
But Luca's not very comfortable with sailing yet, so we do give him CBD. And I think the hardest part is making him comfortable. And when the two of us need to do things, it's not easy to keep him comfortable. Yeah. So that's probably the most challenging part. But otherwise, they are awesome dogs. Awesome boat dogs.
They're great.
Love making friends. Very friendly, obviously.
And here's Freya.
No, it was so nice.
All right. What's the draft to the far side? Our draft is 6.5 feet, which is kind of difficult to navigate the Caribbean, but we make it work.
Shallow waters.
Yes. Long-range cruising plans. We are going to circumnavigate the world. Eventually.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. That's our long-term plan. Yeah. We don't know what we're doing. In the fall, hopefully, we're going to be doing the Western Caribbean.
Yeah. Well, we're talking about it. Yeah. So we would like to go and cross the Pacific, but Natalie and I have only been sailing on the boat now for 4 months, and we're very comfortable. Nothing scares us, but I think it might be better for us to. Oh, sorry, Luca. It might be better for us to just get a little bit more experience sailing around. So we check out the Western Caribbean and then see from there when we want to cross the Pacific. Mm-hmm. So we will be crossing within the next 1.5 years, I want to say.
Yeah.
Max.
And hopefully with the people we've been sailing with, Stephanie Schultz, Freediver Steph on Instagram, she has been planning to also go around the world, and hopefully we will be able to join her with that. She's been working really hard on her boat the last 6 or last She's another
year.
Total badass. If you guys are on Instagram,
another badass captain sailor.
Follow Freediver Steph.
Yeah. So we would love to be able to travel with our friends, and I think that's another thing is just when they're ready, when everyone's ready, we'll see how that works and if it's going to work. And I think having buddies crossing anywhere is always a great idea. So we'll see.
Our plan to head back out as soon as everything is done, as soon as everything is updated on the boat. That is kind of going to be our date. We don't know when that is. Hopefully September, October time, possibly November. We'll see. But hopefully we'll get everything done as fast as we're trying to do everything ourselves as well. So whatever we can't do, big fiberglass work, we're going to have to reach out and have someone help us with that. But we are doing everything ourselves.
The whole engine, everything is going to be done by us. So let's see.
Would you consider cruising on a powerboat? Absolutely not.
No. No. We like power boats. Obviously, they can get you from one place to another a lot faster than a sailboat. But no, we love sailing. Also, we would never consider going to a catamaran. We love monohulls. They're very comfortable cruisers, especially the far side. It's probably the best cruising boat that you can possibly get.
Yes.
So no, we will not be cruising on a powerboat, and probably you will not see us cruising on a catamaran either. No. Especially when we're crossing big oceans like the Pacific and the Atlantic and other, along the way. We're monohull people.
Yeah. The way cats rock, it just doesn't sit well with us.
No.
Do the dogs classify as marine mammals?
I don't know. Luca might, with the number of times he's fallen in the ocean.
Yeah.
Right, Lou?
He's fallen. He's fallen.
Yeah, he tries to jump
always in front of
himself,
us, but
luckily,
it's fine. Do you ever argue?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's not like it's a bad thing. I mean, we argue because we're both stubborn.
We're mostly just having very loud conversations.
Yes.
Is the way we like to think about it.
We're competitive. We're stubborn. We both think that everything we say is right.
Yeah.
And there are, we need a little bit of
a little oomph to convince the other person that no, you're not right.
Yes.
Or we come to a conclusion that we both, we'll figure. I don't know. We figure it out.
Yeah, we're sisters. We're girls on a boat. Can you imagine any other two girls that can live on a boat?
Especially if they've lived together their entire lives.
Yeah. Yeah. Does the boat still belong to your dad? Yes, it is his 35-year-old baby.
We would like to eventually. I don't know. We're potentially working out a
long-term plan.
Long-term plan. Just because he doesn't want to give her up, but he is very proud of the fact that we are taking her sailing.
We would love to have our own sailboat that we call ours.
Yeah.
But right now he can't sail himself. Whenever he wants to come sailing with us.
Yeah. So totally that's kind of the deal. We can take the boat sailing, and he's welcome to sail with us whenever. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of a tough question, just because there's so much more that surrounds the far side than just like who owns it. That it's my dad's life. It's my dad's first child. If you guys watched our episode 2 episodes ago, I think.
Yeah.
It was like, something about his first. Oh, we'll take good care of your first child. And he goes, you better. And I was like, what about your other 2? And he goes,
They come second.
So there's a lot more to it than it sounds. So that's a difficult question to answer.
Just remember, all fresh fish are Freya's fish. That's right, Freya.
Yes. Right, Freya? Is Freya's fishy?
Yeah.
Where's Freya's fishy?
All right. Yeah. Derek Martin, do you ever get scared?
Nervous? Maybe?
Yeah, I'd say more nervous. During our cross from Marathon to Marco, we did, it was about 10 p.m. Sasha had gone to sleep. There was a storm kind of in front of us.
It looked like it was moving
port
east
side.
To west.
Yeah, it didn't look like we were going to hit it. So I kept the bow at the edge of the storm and tried to.
And we slowed down the boat. We took the head sail down, or Nellie took the head sail down right when I went to sleep. And so at the beginning of her watch, and we were going around 2-3 knots?
Yeah.
To try to slow the boat down.
So she was asleep and I was sitting outside watching the storm. There was lightning every 2 seconds in probably like a 50-degree span to the port side of the boat. And I saw it and I wasn't really scared. I was kind of more nervous because like 90 degree, because I did not want to get struck by lightning. We already had that happen. It probably wasn't going to be an issue. We would have anchored and grounded the boat, turned off all the electronics, all that. But I guess I was more nervous about the lightning, but scared, not really. We don't ever cower. We always have to be brazen, as our mom says, and just push through it. So more nervousness than
I don't think we've ever been scared, because if you're, I don't know.
What major projects need to be done first? The engine.
The engine is number one, because that's the heart. That is the heart of the boat.
Yes.
Oh, sorry, Luca.
We cannot
go
anywhere.
If that engine's not working, we're
not
going anywhere.
No.
We do have sails, but we can't maneuver in and out of the dock and all that,
You should buddy boat with Taylor in the West Caribbean.
We would love to.
Would love.
Taylor is awesome.
We'll have to talk to Taylor about that. Yeah.
So maybe we'll link back up here.
Girl power.
Yes.
You can help with glass work. I'm not sure if fiberglass work. Well,
Yes, we do need a little bit
CLWB Cowboy. Shoot us a message or email us at sailingthefarside@gmail.com, and hopefully we can chat about some fiberglass. When did you start sailing? We started sailing when
from
we were
the time
born.
we were born.
Yeah.
We were on the far side from the time we were born. I was actually born in California. The boat was out there. So as a little teeny weeny baby, I was out in, I think, the San Francisco Bay or something, out on that boat. So crazy. And then Natalie and we actually sailed competitively growing up. Started with Sail Camp 1. And then 2, moved up to junior sailing. And we sailed Flying Juniors, FJs, if anyone knows what those are. And then they canceled those from the junior.
Wait, buffering? Can I reboot? Should I try and... I don't know if I end the stream if it'll... Is it still rebooting?
It's not booting on our side, so it might be your guys' Wi-Fi. But
Okay,
yeah,
it's back
so
on.
okay.
So next question.
No, but what we were already.
What were you talking?
Oh yeah, sailing. So we sailed in Lake Erie growing up, and we went from Flying Juniors FJs to 420s, and then my senior year of high school, I sailed lasers. So we've been sailing small boats for a while, which is where we got comfortable with. I was always a skipper, Natalie was the crew, and I don't know, we just had a connection there, and so we've learned to work with each other through that. And then going up to the far side, sailing her is definitely a lot more work, but we had a good, solid foundation in sailing. With sailing little boats, so we've been sailing for a long time.
Yes, and we love it. We would not change it for anything.
What are you doing?
All right. Do you carry a gun for protection?
Yes.
Yes, we do have 2 handguns on board. Never had to use them.
Don't say too much.
But they're there if we need them. Our parents were pretty worried about girls being alone. But
we do have guns.
Yes,
That's
we do.
The moral of that question.
Moral of the story: we do have guns. Do you have
any other brothers or sisters?
Yes, we do. We have a younger sister.
Yeah, she's 5 years younger than me, 3.5 from Natalie.
Her name is Tatiana. She's a chef. She's in culinary school, but right now she's working in Key West, Florida at Latitudes on Sunset Key.
She's an amazing chef.
West. Yes.
Yeah.
Just ask for Tati and she'll be there. She's an amazing chef, a great person. She's beautiful and kind and
very caring.
Yeah, very caring. She's great. We'd love to have her on board, but she's just so busy.
She's very dedicated to her work.
Yes, she is.
Very dedicated. She loves what she does, and that's what matters. Always do what you love.
Yeah. But yeah, no, she's a great girl. We'd love to have her on board, and eventually, hopefully, she will be on board. But for now, she's got too much work to do. All right, so I'm going to turn. Anyone else have questions on YouTube? Write them up. I'm going to turn to our Instagram where people had some questions as well. What inspires you? Honestly, just like the ocean and the fact that it's
so big,
pretty much endless.
So much to see.
Yeah, there's so much to see. So many things to learn from culture to different. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
Culture, land, geography. We went to the DR and you could see the mountains, and I thought they were clouds.
Sailing up to the Dominican Republic. Oh my goodness.
Yes.
It was such a beautiful sight to see the mountains, and so it's just seeing the world is what inspires us. We're very adventurous. We have always been from a very young age. Our parents instilled that in us growing up, and so it's just something that we want to continue doing. Continue to see the world because you only have one life to live, and we definitely want to make sure we live ours to the fullest. And it's awesome that we're able to do that together.
Is it tiring being in the sun for so long? Yes.
Sun is very draining.
Yes.
Very draining. And we also went through so much sunscreen that we have to make sure we buy twice as much next year.
If anyone knows a good sunscreen brand that we can reach out to,
sponsor us,
let us know. Let us know.
We wear a lot of sunscreen. We want to keep our skin looking good. We are very tan.
We try not to
wear sunscreen.
We don't have too much shade, I guess, while we're sailing, unless we're inside. But with water, if there's ever any salt spray, we can't have the hatches open, and it just makes it super, super hot, like a sauna.
So we're always outside.
How long do you guys sail, or how do you guys sail and sleep at night?
Well,
we have
when
shifts.
we're underway, right?
Yeah, when we're underway. So our shifts start at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. to midnight is usually Sasha's shift because if she falls asleep, it's harder for her to get back up. So from 9 to midnight, Sasha is on shift. And then I have the midnight to 3 a.m. because after a little nap, I'm fresh and I do better at night than Sasha does. 3 to 6 is Sasha again. 6 to 9 is me.
And
but
during the day, if we want to take a nap, we'll let the other person know, like, hey. So we're always communicating on during the day who's on watch.
Yeah.
Or who's, make sure we're really keeping an eye out. So, but yeah, at night, that's how we do it. We just do watches.
Yeah. How long have you been sailing by yourselves?
For the last 4 months.
4 months.
Our parents left us in April. Yeah, March or April.
Bye, Eric D. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for joining. But yeah, they left us in March or April, and so we've been sailing since then by ourselves. And our dad finally felt like he could leave us, which I'm sure was still very difficult, but I think we did a pretty good job. So, Papa, your girls know what they're doing for the most part.
Let's see. How do you make cash for all those goodies? YouTube and just reaching out. We do reach out to companies. We try.
We have a lot of. We do work with a lot of companies. Which is awesome. So we're able to, and most of them are very eco-friendly,
recycled,
sustainable materials. What they use. So they're able to help us, and we're able to support them and share their stories, which follow our ideals of being sustainable, making a small carbon footprint on the world. So we do work with companies that follow that same idea.
Yeah. And a couple of them, our favorites are Real Skipper. We've worked with them for a while now. They're amazing. They're a women's brand. They're two women. We're two women.
Women's fishing outdoor boat brand. So it's really cool to badass women as well that run that company.
Yep. Real Skipper, we have
Majamas. Majamas is another one. Everything is made in the US, so they support US businesses. Eco-friendly, sustainable material as well. Plus they're super cute and comfy. So that's another thing, is we like to support brands that are also comfortable, because I don't want to wear it if it's
we're gonna have a couple more minutes, but I'm gonna kind of talk or name off a couple other ones. Ocean Soul Bali, bathing suit brand. We try to work with as many because that's all we wear.
Bathing suits.
Let's see. Penetrator fins, those beautiful fins you see or will see in our videos, are from Penetrator.
Yeah.
They're they're
a small family-owned business in Australia, I believe. And so that's another thing. We like to support small businesses and share them with our followers as well.
Yeah.
So it's just, we really look at who we work with, but also we work with companies that are able to help us continue to stay out on the water.
Another one is Toadfish.
Oh yeah.
Thank you so much for these beautiful. So these
they're the non-tip.
They don't tip when they're on like a surface.
So on a boat, everything falls over. So these are very, very helpful
as well. And
let's see. So next question.
Let's see. What's the best spearfishing spot? Our favorite is in Long Island. Long Island has the best spearfishing.
Lots of hogfish. I don't know, just very, very beautiful reef.
Yeah.
So,
do you ever see anything really strange on the ocean? Honestly, we didn't really see anything strange while we were out. I'd say the strangest thing I've seen is in Key West. I saw a square grouper. Anyone knows what a square grouper is? I was working on a snorkel boat and I saw something floating off into the distance. And of course, I went to investigate. I had to.
Well, we didn't know. We thought it was a satellite thing at first.
No, I saw it floating, and I went out there. I kind of suspected, and I ended up having to swim through a wall of jellyfish. I actually swam under them, and I got there, and it was attached to this tuna tracker, which is it. It was very strange.
We think it was a setup. So I don't know. Something. Who knows? But that's probably, we don't know if it was a square grouper, but
I'm pretty sure
it was strange. We don't know what it was. A fish tracker.
You didn't see it?
I was there. I was working with you that day. Yeah, I was.
Dan.
I was telling her to come back to the boat and not go check it out because we didn't know what it was.
I think that is it. All right, guys. Just wanted to say thank you to everyone. We love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yes. Thank you, everyone who joined us from all over the world.
Yes. We hope
I know the
to
time
do
differences
this-
are very different, so thanks for joining us.
We hope to do this again soon.
Yes, we are. We want to get back to sailing ASAP.
Yeah.
We cannot wait to get back out on the water. So we're gonna get crank these projects out as fast as we can.
Yes.
And we're gonna get back out on the water. So don't worry, the channel is gonna stay up. We're gonna keep sailing. We're gonna keep sharing our adventures with you. Hopefully, a lot of sailing because we want to go
Cheers,
a lot
Pat.
of places.
Later, Thomas. You're welcome, Daniel. And also, how come no one ever sails to Jamaica?
We want to sail to Jamaica, actually.
We may.
To go to the west side, we'll probably be sailing through Jamaica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of connection, we will work on that.
Yeah.
We thought our Wi-Fi was really good.
And our camera we thought was good because this is a pretty good computer.
Our Wi-Fi here is better than anything we've had on the water, so we thought it was good. But we will problem solve that and hopefully make it work. We'll live stream each other and see what works best. But all right, guys, it is Captain Natalie
And Captain Sasha
on
Sailing the Far Side.
And remember, guys, it is not all sunshine and sexy bathing suits out there.
Yep.
All right. Bye,
Cool.
guys.
Bye.
It
Thank
was
you
so
so
nice
much for
talking to all
joining
you
us.
guys. Toodaloo.